What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here to bring you guys a showcase of Legend Magellan. So lucky that I was able to pull this guy in. We have a few different clips to showcase him against, outside of, gabe challenges against the new Clash, and also against some arenas and Colosseums and other stuff, so make sure you go ahead and check it out. But let's go ahead and get into the showcase, talk about the positives and negatives that I've kind of just identified with this character. So let's get into it. So the thing about Magellan is he's a really good quick captain option. If you are unlucky enough not to get like Sugar, Smoker, Kaido super type, or even like versus Akainu, all those characters, that are really good quick captains, this is another really solid option for you. And it's really good because he's a 5 times captain when you're above 70% health, 4.5 times otherwise, but he still provides all other colors a 4 times attack boost, so you don't have to run mono quick like some of the other super type characters that we've seen thus far, which is nice because his special ability does give you rainbow boosts, so it's nice that you can use any other character that you want. And the good thing about it is that he synergizes well with other characters, so you can go ahead and have like a hybrid style team with him and like versus Akainu. Super type Kaido is great. Moria and Blackbeard, the new characters that just released because they're powerhouse and driven related characters, whereas Magellan here is a shooter and a powerhouse character. Him being shooter means you could partner him up with versus Ace as well if you wanted to build a team like that. So that's awesome that he has a lot of different characters that work well with him, so you love to see that. And the thing about his captain effect that's also really good that a lot of people kind of overlook or forget about is the fact that he removes 10 turns of paralysis with his captain as well. So anytime you are coming up against content that has that heavy paralysis, like this Clash Marco for example, his captain effect's going to be able to essentially get rid of all the paralysis that you're going to have to deal with. So that's always really, really nice to see. So keep that in the back of your mind if you are up against content with a lot of paralysis. And obviously with his captain effect, he has that really cool ability where every time you leave a stage, you heal back 25% of the damage that you took. So if you're running double Magellan, you can heal back 50% of all the damage that you took during that stage, which is awesome for stalling. But also his super type special on top of that, which allows you to heal an additional 25% of damage when you move on to the next stage. So you can heal up to 75% of the damage that you took during that stage. So that is really cool that he has the accessibility to do that. And it kind of makes sense with his kit because he wants to be above 70% to ensure that he gets that 5 times boost to those quick characters, because otherwise it's going to be a 4.5 times boost instead. But obviously the big draw to this character is his special ability, and obviously with his limit break abilities he does have double special activation, the first SugoFest exclusive character in the game to actually have that potential ability of double special activation. And it's such a good effect to have that plus launching that special twice, because as soon as you activate it you get a toxic on the enemy, you get 3 turns of bind and burn removal, a 2 times affinity boost to all characters, not just quick characters but to all characters. But then he has the added effect of if the enemy is inflicted with any type of poison when you launch his special ability, he will give all of your characters a 2.5 times attack boost. Now don't get it twisted, because this is not a conditional boost. It's just, like it's like a condition to get an attack boost. So it's a regular 2.5 rainbow attack boost so long as an enemy has a poison when you launch the special. So it's pretty cool because it means you can stack poison and toxic conditional boosters on top of this character's special. So you can get a lot of damage off here, especially because like the Red Recruit Hannibal has a really good support that gives you a 1.3 times boost to characters that are inflicted with like a poison or a toxic, right? So you can have a 2 times affinity, 2.5 attack, and a 1.3 conditional with literally one character on your team, so long as there is no immunity buffs that blocks that toxic from going through, because if that is the case, then you only get the affinity boost, which is honestly one of the big drawbacks to this character in general, and we'll get to the negatives of the character a little bit later on. But the utility is obviously really great too, not only so much that you guys will see in this video today, but especially in the gabe challenges that you guys may have seen a little bit before in the other video that I did upload. Having the ability to remove 3 turns of bind and burn whenever you want is really good. And of course when you have double special activation, that removes 6 turns of bind and 6 turns of burn, and that's kind of good because a lot of the times, at least in modern content, when you're inflicted with burn, it usually is like 5 turns, so being able to use double special activation to remove that is really, really good. But also when you think about sockets, for example, sockets remove an additional 3 turns of bind, so it means that with this character you can remove up to 9 turns of bind when it's inflicted to you with sockets in mind. So that's really cool. This character has great utility and amazing damage potential. So Magellan is a pretty cool SugoFest exclusive character, but obviously there comes with drawbacks, and the major drawback that I found whilst using this character thus far is that there is so much content that has either full immunity or just toxic immunity, and it really does hinder Magellan's usability, unless if you have like another way to inflict another type of poison. But typically speaking, when an enemy has like toxic immunity, they will typically have more than one poison immunity, and that is honestly the biggest downfall of this character, because it means you are literally unable to get his 2.5 times rainbow attack boost with this guy, which means that his special ability will only be providing you the 3 turns of bind and burn removal and giving you the 2 times color affinity boost. So it is kind of annoying that he doesn't grant you that attack boost, but you know, honestly, if they made like the poison go through immunity, that would be absolutely broken. So I understand why they've built it in such a way, but essentially if there is content where you don't have to deal with toxic immunity, this guy is going to be an absolute beast. But I mean, as I said, there's going to be a lot of content with that type of immunity, which does hinder his usability a lot. You know, when you think of other characters that like debuff the enemy to grant a huge boost from it, like super type Kaido for example, there's no immunity to you know, increased damage taken except for like regular full immunity. Or like Mihawk and Perona, their switch effect granting you their negative conditional boost, there's no immunity to negative aside from full immunity boosts. So the fact that this guy relies on the toxic to be, you know, activated in order to get that 2.5 attack boost really hurts the character. Another thing that I really disliked about Magellan is his super type special. His super type special, not only was the condition really harsh to fulfill, because you need like a lot of these marine characters, you've got like all the admirals. I think Sengoku also procs it. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I don't think Sengoku actually does proc it. But you need to have some of the Impel Down characters like Sadie, Cell Death, Domino, Hannibal of course, and like Boa Hancock is able to do as well. The condition really sucks, but the actual effect that it grants you is also not really that good either. It allows you to remove poison, which kind of makes sense with the character. It would have been nice if his captain effect just resisted poison anyway, but it also will heal 25% of the damage that you took in that stage when you move on to the next stage, meaning that with double Magellan and the super type special active, you can heal 75% of the damage that you took during that stage. So that's fine, it makes sense with the character, but it just doesn't do a lot for your team, honestly. What I would have preferred it to do is to generate matching slots in some capacity, either granting a beneficial slot effect or changing slots into matching, or potentially what would have been interesting is if he had a special ability in his super type special that removed toxic immunity. That would have made him super interesting and would have been, like, it basically would have forced you to run those weird characters in order to actually grant that super type effect so that you could actually use his special to get that 2.5 times attack boost. That would have been super interesting if they did something like that. But honestly speaking, like, if I'm using a quick captain for content, more often than not, I would prefer to use super type Kaido over Magellan as the captain. And that's probably going to go show in my tier list video. The tier list video, by the time this video goes up, will probably already be live. But yeah, man, if I'm using a quick team, I'm definitely using Kaido as the captain instead. But you know, Magellan's going to be a nice asset to have for shooter teams moving forward, and you know, if there's any content that doesn't have that toxic immunity, Magellan's probably going to be a character I'm going to be using, because he is very, very good when you're able to get everything activated, which is nice. But that is going to wrap up this video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
All